Welcome to this edition of the UNA Week in Review presented by Lions HR. I'm Shane Herman. This week, the UNA men's and women's basketball teams closed out the regular season and now turn their attention to the Gulf South Conference tournament, while several spring sports battled weather conditions as they start to get into the full swing of things. Find out more right after this.
Hi, I'm Bill Lyons with Lions HR. If you own or operate a small business, then you're aware of the growing number of challenges affecting your profitability. And if you're like most companies, the most expensive challenges are often people-related. At Lions HR, we've helped hundreds of business owners who were frustrated with the rising costs of payroll, workers' compensation, employee benefits, and the ever-increasing number of employment regulations. There's a better way to manage your human resources. Find out how working with Lions HR can improve your company's profitability.
The North Alabama men's basketball team celebrated Senior Day with an 83-67 win over UAH on Saturday, and the three seniors on the roster led the way. Nathan Spear poured in a game-high 23 points, while Marcus Landry and Calvin Dade each added double-doubles. Head coach Bobby Champagne recorded his 200th career victory as the Lions knocked off a first-place team at home for the fourth time this season. The game would be a preview of the first-round matchup in the GSC tournament. The top-seeded Chargers will host the 8th-seeded Lions on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 each. The winner will advance to the GSC Final Four, played March 7th and 8th on the campus of Samford University in Birmingham. The UNA women's team also completed the regular season by routing UAH. 4 players reached double figures in scoring as the Lions recorded the 76-64 win to complete the season sweep over the Chargers. Corinne White connected on 4 three-point baskets and finished with 17 points to lead the Lions. The senior hit all 4 trays in the second half as UNA rallied from a 38-31 deficit at the break. Janae Ladd added 16 points for UNA, while Jennifer Town scored 14 points and McKenna Randall tossed in 11 points on the day. The UNA women earned the 5th seed and will open the GSC tournament play at 4th-seeded West Georgia. General admission is $10, with student tickets being sold for $3 each. Samford will also be hosting the women's Final Four. After wintry weather forced the UNA baseball team to cancel a midweek game against Trevecca, the Lions got back on track on Saturday with a 2-game GSC sweep over West Alabama. The Lions won the first game 6-2 before getting a 3-2 victory in the nightcap. Brantley Collins pitched 7 strong innings in the opener as the Lions got all the offense they would need in a 5-run third inning. UNA completed the sweep by overcoming a 2-1 deficit in the nightcap with 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th and a scoreless inning of relief from Jacob Westerhouse. The win in Game 2 was also the 200th career win for UNA head baseball coach Mike Keene. Keene has a 200, 127-1 mark in his 7 seasons with the Lions. The third game of the GSC series against West Alabama was rained out, leaving the Lions with a 9-3 overall record and 3-2 mark in GSC action. UNA baseball is scheduled to play at Alabama A&M at 5 p.m. at home on Wednesday before returning to GSC play next weekend with a 3-game series at Valdosta State. The UNA softball team picked up 4 more wins last week to improve to 14-1 on the year. The Lions began the week by sweeping Brescia University 15-0 and 17-1. The Lions produced 31 hits in the 2 games. Brittany Gillison was 6 for 7 at the plate, while Ashley Bonner drove in 6 runs. UNA also used 3 different pitchers, combining for 19 strikeouts without yielding an earned run. The Lions followed that impressive performance with a 2-game home sweep over West Alabama. The Lions won 4-3 in 8 innings before completing the sweep with a 5-2 victory in the nightcap. Carrie Grace Peoples was the hero in the opener. The softball hit a walk-off single to drive in the winning run. Freshman Ashton Edwards also recorded her first career pitching victory. In the second game, UNA trailed 2-1 in the third inning before rallying for the victory. The 4-run spurt in the bottom of the third inning put the Lions ahead for good. UNA sent 9 batters to the plate in the frame, scoring 4 runs off 4 hits. Peoples and Brooklyn Clark each went 3 for 3 at the plate, while Hillary Carpenter improved to 7-0 on the year in the circle. Rain also canceled the third game in the series on Sunday. The Lions will travel to number 2 Valdosta State this weekend for a key GSC showdown. The UNA golf team shot .317 in the final round of the Armstrong Pirate Invitational to finish 12th at the event. Individually, Michael Peter led the way for the Lions, finishing tied for 23rd. He had a .222 total with rounds of 80, 71, and 71. UNA will be back in action on March 9th and 10th at the Southeastern Collegiate in Valdosta, Georgia. The UNA men's and women's tennis teams were forced to reschedule several matches due to winter weather throughout the Southeast. The Lions did, however, manage to get a dual match in at Itawamba. The men produced an 8-1 victory, while the UNA women won 9-0. Both Lion teams are scheduled to play at Mississippi College and Delta State this weekend, weather pending. Thank you for joining us for this edition of the UNA Week in Review presented by Lions HR. I'm Shane Herman. Stay up to date with all the UNA athletics by going to www.roarlions.com.